All right. Unfortunately, we're going to have a lot to look at here in the last 6 minutes and 50 seconds. I looked at the long Alabama drive that got to 17-7. There wasn't a ton there. The Brooks kid cooked Oklahoma a couple times. Converted. Everybody talks about the fourth down. His conversion on the third down, where Simpson throws him a poor ball and he catches it on the back hip, kind of falling down. It's a great play. They kind of read that Brooks is on Hardy and they toss it up. So I more wanted to look at how OU responded. And, guys, I think we could say for a long time that's been a problem for Oklahoma. When things got bad, they haven't always responded very well or got tight. And this year I thought you saw that start to turn. I mean, I want to be fair that I don't mean that so much to include 2025, but I think that's been one of the key differences is this year it seemed like Oklahoma didn't get too tight in bad situations. And here I don't think that's what happened either. So here they're just going to throw a little quick one to Deion Burks here. He's going to go in motion, throw underneath. Isaiah Tatania and Giovanni Gibson do nice jobs out there blocking. Look at Michael Fasusi blocking 15 yards down the field. Everything was possible for OU at this point in the game, and I know that we're more than a week on now and all that, and I get it, but it's just crazy that this ended up the way we know it ends up. But another thing I wanted to note is how much I liked. People. There's been kind of a chicken or the egg. I think when you talk to OU fans about Ben Arbuckle, John Mateer, what's the quote unquote problem? Why isn't this as good as OU fans want it to be? And you can argue back and forth about that. But what I do think is interesting is watching. I want to say the first half might have been the best half of football Ben Arbuckle's called all season. I thought he was really clean, mixed it up really well, threw a lot of different stuff at Alabama, even threw some looks. There's several here, and I think there's one here maybe on second or third down that we're going to look at where he threw some stuff a look that Alabama likes a lot, something I noticed in the first matchup with Oklahoma, something they did offensively a lot more. Not so much from a play calling scheme, but a personnel grouping they really like. So here we're going to go again. You just had the big play to Burks. I think I think it's a straight run from Mateer, and this is one I think he reads it wrong as far as where he wants to go, but I can't blame his thinking. So you're going to have Jaron Kanek. Let me get my pen here. Jaron Kanek's going to pull around and lead for him. And when he does, he's going to pick up, I believe that's Hubbard, right there. No, it's Deontay Lawson. I apologize. Okay, so he picks up Lawson right here and really does a pretty nice job. You got to give him some credit. My guess is Mateer saw Lawson with outside leverage and thought, well, Kanek's cooked. I've got to go in here and get what I can get because, let's just be honest, Kanek has not been a great blocker this year. For all the strengths I've talked about, he's not a great blocker. At the very least, it's a developing part of his game. But if he had trusted Kanek, he cuts here and he's got some room to run. Now, he's not going to go run for 30 yards, but he probably picks up a first down. It's him and Keon Sabb, their number 3, looking for something. Again, I totally Eddie Pierre-Louis with a nice little kick out there. I get why Mateer made the choice he made in real time. 100% get it. This is just if you have a tight end you trust a little bit more in the blocking scheme, and OU had been in a better situation at that position this year, there might have been more there. And that's the stuff that's hard to measure. Like we can talk about, this should be better or that should be better. But that is a situation where how much does that mean? I don't know. It's impossible to gauge that. Whether it's me or Brent Venables or anybody else, there's no way to know things like that in the way they build into your psyche. Like it is. And again, I hate being, a sports psychologist because I'm wildly unprepared for that. But just, again, it's something that these are the things that cost you. These little things can hurt. But anyway, let's see. I haven't looked at it over on the right screen. Let's see what it looks like from there. So, I mean, look at, boom. I mean, there's stuff there. Again, I don't know how much he's going to get, but look at Torrey Blaylock out there doing a nice job. You've got some options available. Here, I think you're going to have Mateer get some pressure in his face. Now, let's see this a little bit. Look at Eddie Pierre-Louis right here. He's blocking two guys. That's pretty darn impressive, man. Torrey Blaylock's got to do a little bit more. Now, he goes to this guy. He's got to go that guy. I mean, that's got to happen. You've got to get the inside man first. But, and again, this is not, like, I get it with Mateer. Like, he feels that pressure. It's there. Like, I understand. But he does a nice job. Javonte Gibson moves with him. And, okay, you've set up third and very manageable. You're 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 2 or whatever it is. And we're about to get into a play that everybody's debated, and I'm here to personally debate it 10 days later. Fine. I don't care. I'm late. I said this. I said what I said the night of the game. I still believe this. If you don't think John Mateer should throw this ball, you don't have any reason to complain about the proficiency of this offense and its ability to stretch the field and the need for big plays and those kind of things. You can't talk about that. If you just want this to be 3 yards in a cloud of dust, that's fine. That's not going to win you many games. It's just not. You at some point have to take some shots, and when you take a shot at a wide-open skill position player, you expect him to make that play, especially when you hit him on the friggin' numbers. This isn't a jab at Xavier Robinson. I know he's fighting through it, but if he's healthy enough to be out there, he's healthy enough to catch this ball. I think that is as plain and simple as it can be. So we'll watch it here. Robinson's going to work out. Mateer's going to spin out of this pressure, which gives Robinson a time to just run an absurd route that would never, obviously would never exist in real life. Again, did I look at – hang on. I said I wanted to look at something. Was it on this series? Maybe it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Okay. No, never mind. I rewound for you guys for absolutely nothing, and I apologize. Okay. Unbelievable play. I mean, guys, this deserved to happen just for the shadows of the Michigan game where Mateer makes a similar spin. That dude, I'm not going to pretend I give him all his flowers and think he does nothing wrong, but his ability to just have body control and stay on his feet under pressure is really impressive sometimes. Okay, so another thing. I keep hearing, he would have run for 15 or 20 yards. Okay, so here is the 50, which is basically Oklahoma's first down marker. I mean, give or take half a yard. He's got to get to there. He's got this man closing in from this side, this man closing in from this side. He probably gets the first down. I'll give you that. But this idea he was going to run for 15 or 20 yards, which I've heard people say, it's just not true. It wasn't going to happen. And I'm sorry, if you are a quarterback and you see this and you don't throw the ball, you don't need to be out there. It's that simple. If you are too chicken shit to make that throw, you don't need to be on the football field. Again, Xavier dropped it. Knowing that, I'd tell John Mateer to throw it every single time in the next 100 times he got that exact same situation. And Xavier's going to catch it 97 times of them. It's just shitty luck. And I apologize. I try not to cuss a lot on this feed. But it's crazy. It's a crazy take that people don't think he should throw this ball. Guys, he'd lost every finger on his hands if that was a bullet. Like, it's not John Mateer's fault that Xavier Robinson didn't make that catch. John Mateer can only make the decision that's best, and that was the best decision. It's not even close. It's crazy revisionist history to say he should have tucked it and run. No way. If he misses the guy, okay, fine. He hit him. That's not on John Mateer. That's got nothing to do with John Mateer. He made the right choice. All right. Let's not make two painful videos. Let's just get into the next one. Sweet Mother of God, what happened here? I forgot that there was a penalty before that even happened. Operation looks fine. Everything looks fine right to this point. Did he just drop it too soon? I just can't make heads or tails of what he was doing there. Because it all looks clean right until it doesn't. I can't think of many times in my life I've ever seen anything like that. It just flipped this whole game on its head. Credit to the defense because they're going to come up and force Bama to hit a field goal, and obviously they get it. But who could fault OU's defense if they were down 17-14 after this upcoming possession? Again, I don't know anything about special teams. I'm not going to pretend to do. Grayson Miller's been really good all year. It sucks that this is going to be the play people remember him for, especially if this was his last play at OU or whatever. Even if it's not, even if he's a Ray Guy winner next year, this is a play people are going to remember, and it sucks. It's just awful because he's been so stinking good. But I don't have a good explanation for that. I don't know why that happened.